how are we all? Today we're going to take a look at the Shedu. Now I didn't think I was going to get this gun for ages because you have to do a railjack. I put that in air quotes, a railjack mission. You don't actually have to do a mission for it. But you have to do railjack in order to get the quest to pop up. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Error or Eris or something like that? It's a quest that it comes up. And that's how you get the blueprint, and I was lucky enough to get all of the weapon parts from the Scarlet Spear event. How easy this weapon is to get, I don't know. I'm just happy I got it, and I didn't have to play Railjack any more than needed. But this weapon is fucking incredible. It's so good. I am well happy with it. No, it is not an assault rifle, because if it was an assault rifle, I would definitely be placing this in a... probably number 2, but it's not. It's an arm cannon. There is a difference. There are a million things that I got to talk about with this weapon. I've got 2 builds today that I'm going to show you. It is a sentient weapon, so much like the Bazmu, it's got infinite ammo with a charge time. So you shoot all your bullets, you get that explosion. A little delay, I believe. According to the wiki, it's a... what does it say here? 1 second delay after the pulse before, so it takes 1 second when the ammo is completely drained. You'll see here. Then it explodes. 1 second, and then it all charges up again. That's if it's completely empty, but a lot like the Bazma as well. If you leave it with 1, it charges up much quicker. So try and leave 1 shot in the magazine, so you can keep going. There is also a mod called, is it Fast Hands, I believe it is. I believe it's reload speed. If you stick a reload speed mod on this weapon, it charges so quick that you can effectively use this like full auto. I don't have that on these builds. It's a lot easier for me to just wait. And I don't have to worry about that. I'm trying to find out on the wiki here what that explosion does. There you go. Fully depleting the magazine produces a 20-meter pulse that staggers enemies with a guaranteed impact proc and removes sentient and shadow stalker damage resistances. So what I think that means is, you know how the sentients, the more you say you're using a, I don't know, say you're using a Tigris, which is mainly slash. If you're shooting the sentients, over time they gradually become more resistant to slash. And then how you would deal with that, you'd have to go into your operator and shoot them or melee them, and that would get rid of their things. Well, this weapon's pulse will remove that resistance. I believe that's what it says. I don't know. I've not actually used this against sentients yet. I'm not sure. It also is like basically an explosive weapon. So you will see if I stand up in my explosive perch up here, I can hit them all. It's very, very good. Yeah, this weapon is super good. It's got built-in electric, and it does radial attacks as well. So, yeah, it's very, very good for void missions, so you can camp in a doorway and just shoot the door. It's very, very fucking powerful. I love it so much. I'm a big fan of this weapon. It's going to creep its way up there for sure. As a very, very powerful... It's definitely a top 5 for me, 100%. As you can see. That electric is proccing all of this crowd control, doing loads of damage to all of these enemies, despite the fact that I'm not even shooting near them. As you can see, ones at the back haven't even shot. They're dead as fuck though. They are dead as fuck. So it's so good. Yeah. Why am I going over here? Fuck off. I love it, and it's got infinite ammo, so you can't complain. And it does have that impact proc on the when you completely deplete the magazine as well. So when you completely empty your magazine, you can stun things. So it's a bit more crowd control. But as you can see, not an issue at all. So yeah, I really like this weapon. I really enjoy it. It's a super, super good weapon. 100% recommend it. It is a ball ache getting it because of Railjack. Because fuck Railjack. But I would say it's definitely worth jumping on just to get this weapon. It's not even the newest weapon in the game. See, Ash mains are fucking sorted. It's so good. It's so good. I love this weapon so much. One thing I am interested to use is this on Wisp. Now I have used this. Oh Jesus, my voice decides to kill itself. I'm a grown man, by the way. I have used this on Mott for about 40 minutes today. We've got double affinity at the moment, so I leveled this up this morning, and then my girlfriend went off early because she has to work tomorrow, and I went and did a Mott. Oh, best Mott I've ever done. Drinking tea, by the way. Best drink on the planet. It's mandatory for these videos. Mandatory. Yeah, this was so good. And I don't even have to fucking aim, because it's basically an explosive weapon, and it's much better than the Ogress. And the animations are super cool. I can basically moonwalk with it. If I can get it to do the thing. How do you do it again? There you go. After you shoot, if you just walk backwards, you moonwalk. Look at that. Does look super crazy. This giant fuck off cannon stuck to the side of your arm. It's definitely one of the more unique weapons in the game for sure. It's very good. Like I said, I might consider a ribbon for it, but at the same time it's really not necessary. It's so good. One thing I am going to do as well, like I said, I'll do that after this. Who was I playing? I was playing Wukong, and my fucking god. Yeah. Yep, just that's all I'm going to say. 2 Wukongs with this giant fuck off gun. It's good night. Speaking of good night. 780% damage on this. Yep, I'm just gonna obviously it's not performing like this when you use it. I'm obviously Mirage with this massive damage boost, but yeah, I think I have found my new survival weapon. Yeah. So one thing I am going to do super quick, I'm going to come down to, who do we want to go? Who's not going to explode? Nynx, you can't break surely. No, that'll do. That's fine. Completely bog standard Nynx skin, by the way. So this is the build I recommend for just not. Why is my voice breaking? Fuck off. I'm nearly fucking 21. My voice is still fucking breaking like a 14-year-old. So this is like I said, the build I'm going to recommend the most. Serration for damage, Prone Bane of Corrupted. Don't sleep on it. If you haven't got it, go and get it and use it. It's fucking great. Point Strike, Vital Sense, crit chance, crit damage. Split Chamber for multi-shot. 100 munitions for slash on a crit, and then Rhyme Rounds, Malignant Force for viral. The weapon's got innate heat, and I believe it's electric as well. So I'll get onto that in a minute. We'll read these stats first, and then we'll do the thing. So we've got 28.6 accuracy, 62.5 crit chance, 4.6 times crit multi, 2.5 fire rate, magazine of 7, multi shot of 1.9. Noise of alarming, reload of 0.4. I forget how the reload stat works on charged weapons, because I believe it says it on the wiki. 1 second. I can't remember off the top of my head. I've gone over this before. Oh, it's probably not going to tell me, is it? Right, so 0.4 seconds is the delay between. So it's got 7 shots. If you shoot all 7 shots, it takes 1 second to recharge after the pulse. If you haven't emptied it, so let's say you shoot 6 bullets and you've got 1 left, it takes 0.4 seconds to recharge ammo. That's how the reload stat works on this. So if you've got 1 shot left, 0.4 second delay before it starts regenerating the bullets. That's how that one works. 50.6% stats chance. The trigger is full auto, so you can just hold it down. It's super good. Heat 188.2, viral 225.8, and that's the initial hit. So let's say I shoot the enemy, it's going to deal heat damage, and then it's going to explode, and that's what the radio attack is. That's how that one works. So it's got 60% fall off, range of 6.60 meters. It's got electric 230.6 and 276.7 viral. And that's with the build I'm going to recommend. Now this one, I have something else as well. This is corrosive. So this is Serration, Bane of Corrupted, Point Strike Vital Sense, Split Chamber, Vigilante Armaments, and then Malignant Force and High Voltage for corrosive. Now the weapon already has innate electric on it anyway, so I really don't need to mod for this as much. But that would mean that I lose some corrosive damage on the explosion, and instead of corrosive on the initial hit I get gas instead, which is probably better for Corpus, I want to say. But because we're killing corrupted, obviously you want to mod element wise for the faction that you are fighting. And you will see that damage wise, whilst it doesn't do as much damage on the radio attack, the explosion is just, it's so good. So yeah, it's not as good crowd control wise. Obviously I could have killed all of those with half that shot, but it does work for those of you that might not have viral or whatever yet. It is possible to still use corrosive on this, but I think this is much better single target, I want to say. But yeah, the other one is so much more efficient and just easier, so that's why I recommend the first build. But I was just showing you that can work. Not as well as other things, but it does work, so we're just going to leave that there. I have explained myself fully. I hope I didn't talk too much. There's a lot to say about this weapon, it's just so good. It definitely wins the award for one of the coolest looking. And this big fuck off arm cannon. Super good, super powerful. It's Mastery Rank 13. I didn't say that at the very start, but yeah, it's. I think by the time you get to the point where you can unlock this, you're probably that high anyway, so I shouldn't worry about that. And yeah, there you guys go. So if you guys did enjoy that, please leave a like down below. Dislike if you didn't for whatever reason. And the comment section is always open. Let me know any tips, tricks, questions, suggestions, recommendations, anything like that. Yeah, let me know down below. I'm definitely going to use this weapon a lot more. I definitely want this in my top 5 most used. It's going to take me a while, but I'm going to get there, 100%. Subscribe if you're new around here. We are trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. It's been Acid, and I will see you cunts later.